Look, do I think Columbus is the perfect city? The quick answer is no city's perfect, but I do think Columbus is pretty damn close. And for those of you that follow me, you're probably thinking, well, of course Gagan loves Columbus. He built his entire career here. But hear me out, alright? It's not just me. If you checked out some of the accolades that Columbus has racked up over the past few years, clearly I'm not the only one that thinks the city is special. So for those of you that are planning on calling Columbus home, today I'm sharing 25 of my favorite reasons for why living in Columbus is just absolutely unbeatable. Look, Columbus is quietly becoming one of America's most innovative cities, and nowhere is it more obvious than our innovation district downtown. This isn't just another tech hub, it's where global companies are testing the future. We're talking about companies using Columbus as their American laboratory for everything, from autonomous vehicles to smart city infrastructure. There's a reason that no one talks about this is because we're not flashy about it like Austin or Denver. We're quietly getting the work done, which means you get to live in tomorrow's city at today's prices. Now listen, if this is your first time here, my name is Gagan with the Living in Columbus channel, and we help people buy, sell, and relocate right here to Central Ohio. We love all things Columbus, and if you're thinking about making that move here, then just feel free to reach out. All of our contact information is down below and pinned to the top of the chat. Here's something about Columbus that no one realizes. The city is America's secret food incubator. Now, what does that actually mean? It means the North Market isn't just a food hall, it's where national food concepts get tested before they go mainstream. We've had restaurants here that have become nationwide chains, food trends that started in Columbus stalls, and chefs who have perfected their concepts before moving to places like New York and LA. You're quite literally eating the future of America's food culture, but paying Midwest prices for it. Look, Columbus has an extensive underground tunnel system connecting major downtown buildings that most people don't even know exist. During harsh weather, you can navigate between office buildings, hotels, and even some restaurants without ever going outside. It's like having a secret city beneath the city, and it's like one of those infrastructure advantages that just makes downtown living incredibly practical in ways that other cities cannot match. John Glenn Columbus International Airport is one of America's most underrated travel hubs. We're within a 2-hour flight of about 50% of the US population, but at the same time, it's because we're not oversaturated like other airports. You get shorter security lines, easier parking, and even better pricing. Plus, the airport renovation created this incredible art installation program that makes traveling through Columbus an experience rather than just a connection point. Columbus is one of America's top test cities, which means we get new products, services, and experiences before anywhere else. From restaurant chains to retail concepts to streaming services, companies test here first because our demographic represents America perfectly. You're essentially living in the future of consumer culture without this inflated cost that comes with being in traditional trend-setting cities. Alright, I'm gonna make up a stat here, okay? Columbus has more breweries per capita than Portland or Denver, but without the pretentiousness or the inflated prices. Is this honest? I don't know. Do I want it to be honest? Yes. What's even better is our brewery scene here has this collaborative culture where brewers they help each other succeed. You're gonna find brewers sharing ingredients, cross-promoting events, and creating limited releases together. It's capitalism with community spirit, which is very, very Columbus. Columbus also has more community gardens than I like to give credit for. These aren't just plots of lands, they're neighborhoods that are gathering spaces where people trade vegetables, share recipes, and build actual communities. Many neighborhoods have waiting lists for garden plots, and the gardens often become this social center of the area. It's hyper-local community building that money it just cannot buy. Look, this really hits me hard, right? We immigrated here from Nepal, and one of the big things for us is we grew our own crops, we built our own fields, and for us, it kind of feels like going back to having that sense of community that for so many people, especially nowadays, just does not exist. Beyond Ohio State, Columbus has created this incredible education ecosystem that most people completely miss out on. We have specialized charter schools, international programs, STEM academies, and art-focused institutions all within the public system. Private schools here are competing in national institutions but cost half as much. And with the proximity to OSU, it means your kids get to grow up around world-class research and thinking. Combine this with the fact that Intel and Angel are putting their money where their mouth is, and they're giving a ton of opportunities to have those work systems, and all of it just combines beautifully. Columbus is quietly one of America's top medical cities. The Ohio State Wexner Medical Center isn't just big, it's where they pioneer treatments that other hospitals adopt years later. We're talking about things like experimental cancer treatments, cutting-edge surgical techniques, and research that shaped medicine nationally. Having access to this level of healthcare without living in places like Boston or Houston is absolutely incredible. Columbus also has this unique position in the music industry where bands come here to test new materials before massive tours. We're big enough to matter but intimate enough where the artists can actually experiment. The Newport Music Hall, Express Live, and smaller venues create this pipeline where you can see the artists right before they explode nationally. Plus, our local music scenes produce a national talent regularly. Columbus has neighborhood farmers market that operates more like a community social event. The Worthington Farmers Market, Dublin's Farmers Market, and others aren't just about buying produce, they're weekly community gatherings where neighbors will catch up, kids play, and local businesses they connect. Many markets feature live music, cooking demonstrations, and seasonal celebrations that make Saturday mornings feel like a small town festival. Ohio State football creates this incredible community psychology where the entire city comes together about something positive. But here's what's unique, it's not exclusive. Even if you didn't go to OSU or even if you just moved here, you're immediately included in the squad. And especially now, in the fall and the winter time, yeah, this is where things get live. Columbus has also managed to preserve historic neighborhoods while building modern infrastructures in a way that most cities absolutely mess up. We're talking about places like German Village that look like European cities that someone accidentally built in the Midwest, Victorian Village that has these incredible 19th century homes that are actually affordable for regular people. We've figured out how to honor history without becoming a museum city. Columbus also has more access to lakes, rivers, and waterways than most people realize. You're never actually more than 20 minutes away from water activities. But here's the secret behind all of this. They're not crowded tourist destinations, they're genuine recreational resources that locals use regularly without feeling like you're competing for space. Now for me, and one of the most important things was the sense of community when it came to entrepreneurship. Obviously, with being in real estate, with helping people buy and sell homes, I'm, well, an entrepreneur. And it was kind of scary, especially when you're thinking about coming up with a business model, you don't have that weekly paycheck to paycheck. Columbus has this incredible startup ecosystem that operates without the toxic competition of Silicon Valley. Now, are we as big as places like Austin or even, San Francisco? Of course not. But the Columbus startup community actually helps each other succeed, which I absolutely love. I founded the page called the Columbus Report. I'll put it right here so you can kind of see it. One of the main things, especially as the page was coming up from the ground, was the love and support that we got from the people that live right here. It's awesome. We have co-working spaces, accelerated programs, and investors who understand that rising tides lifts all ships. Plus, your operational costs here are so much lower that startup runways are much more larger compared to other massive cities. Listen, this is one that comes to surprise for a lot of people, but Columbus is quietly one of America's most diverse cities, but it's diverse in a way that actually works. We have Somali restaurants next to German bakeries, next to Korean barbecue, and it all feels natural. The annual Festival Latinos, Asian festivals, and others here aren't just cultural exhibition. They're genuine community celebrations with different cultural interactions and blend together. Columbus has more green space per capita than most major cities, but it's also distributed intellectually. Every neighborhood has accessible parks, but we also have this massive preserve like High Banks, Metro Parks, and the Darby Creek. The Metro Park system is actually kind of incredible. These are the park systems that other cities would charge administration for, but in Columbus, they're all free. Columbus has evolved with this coffee shop culture where local businesses actually function as community co-working spaces. Places like One Line Coffee and Fox and Snow have become neighborhood offices for freelancers, remote workers, and small business owners to create informal business networks. It's professional networking that happens organically over coffee. And again, for someone that's in a referral business, I absolutely love this. Fox and Snow, for those of you that don't know, it actually just opened up a new location in West Row as well. Columbus has figured out how to make festivals profitable for everyone involved. ComFest, the Dublin Irish Festival, and others aren't just entertainment, they're economic engines that support local businesses year-round. We're talking about vendors that use the festivals to launch businesses, musicians that build fan bases, and neighborhoods that benefit economically. It's entertainment that also builds community well. Alright, this next one might come as a shocker, but Columbus has this perfect transportation timing where rush hour is actually manageable. Parking is available and public transit actually runs on schedule. Now, is Coda Bus Line perfect? Not quite. But if you choose a neighborhood smartly, will you be able to get by without a car? Yes. But if you drive, then traffic moves. It's infrastructure that actually functions the way that it's supposed to function. And coming from a place like New York, I absolutely understand this. Compared to other Midwestern markets, we have a little bit more traffic, that's for sure. But again, we're not gonna, you know what, there's no point in even comparing us to places like LA or Miami, right? It's complete different worlds. But if you are coming here from them, you are going to be absolutely shocked at how much more space and how freer the traffic actually is. I don't know if freer is an actual word. Columbus also has this incredible professional development opportunity that isn't tied to a specific industry. Organizations like the Columbus Young Professionals Club, various industry meetups, and network events create this environment where your career can grow without being locked up in one specific sector. It's professional flexibility that's rare in specialized cities. Now let's talk about something that I should probably talk about a little bit more, being real estate. The housing market, right? Columbus real estate operates on actual supply and demand rather than speculation and investment flipping. This means housing prices make sense relative to local income. You can actually buy a house to live in rather than just have it as an investment vehicle. It's a housing market that serves residents rather than extracting wealth from them. One of the biggest things that we noticed, especially in the 2021, 22, and 23 frenzy, with so many people that were making that migration to places like Columbus and Austin as well, is home prices absolutely shot up. But now in 2025, 2026, and 2027, one of the biggest things that we're noticing is the market has absolutely cooled down, which means for you, if you are a buyer, you get the opportunity to purchase a property and honestly not have to pay way more and way over asking for it compared to back in the day. Rates are still a little bit higher for sure, but now is the time if you are thinking about making that move. And listen, if you're thinking about making that move, whether it be now, 9 days, 90 days, or even a year from now, give us a call. We love making these videos, but what we love even more is the opportunity to get you exactly where you want to go. All of our team's information is down below in the description and pinned to the top of the chat as well. Really, it's never a bother when you guys reach out. Columbus has figured out how to make every single season feel actually enjoyable. Yes, that also includes winter. Spring brings incredible festivals, summer has perfect outdoor weather, fall is absolutely magical with the leaves and football season, and winter has enough indoor cultural activities that you actually are engaged. For me, most of the time I'm hibernating in the winter, but there's also enough things to do where you don't absolutely have to. Most cities have maybe 1 or 2 good seasons, but Columbus is optimized for all 4. Columbus also has this culture where successful people reinvest into the community rather than just leaving it for better cities. We're talking about local business owners that expand here locally. We're talking about successful professionals that mentor newcomers and wealth that stays in the community to build more opportunities right here. It's economic developments that compound over time. And listen, I can actually attest to this. We're trying to buy more and more investment properties as we speak. And for me, it's kind of overwhelming, especially as we try to, move things into the commercial world. I have people that have purchased a ton of these specific kind of properties, and I get to actually speak with them, communicate with them, and look at things from their eyes. And for me, that was something that I never got to experience, especially in New York, where it was a lot more dog eat dog. So for me, it felt really, really cool just to have the opportunity to collaborate and to synergize with everyone. All right, let me give you the real reason why Columbus is unbeatable. We're still undiscovered enough, you can actually get in on the ground floor of something special. The city is growing and it's improving rapidly. Listen, we've heard the news, whether it's 2035, 2050, Columbus is expected to have over 3 million residents. It hasn't been overrun by speculation or priced out the regular people here. You get to be a part of the city's success story rather than just paying premium prices to live in someone else's accomplishments. Listen, Columbus isn't trying to become the next Austin, Denver, or Portland. We're just trying to become the best version of ourselves, and we're doing so in a way that actually creates opportunity for everyone rather than just the people that got here first. These 25 reasons, they're just the beginning. Every neighborhood has its own advantages. Every season, they bring their own opportunities, and every year, the city just gets a little bit better the last. And when you're thinking about making that move to Columbus, you're not just choosing a place to live, you're choosing to be a part of something that's still being built, a story that's still being written. Listen, if Comas is calling your name and you're ready to see what it all looks like, whether you're moving in the next 6 months, whether you're ready to start house hunting tomorrow, my team and I, we're ready to help you and figure out exactly where we can make sure that you find the perfect place to call home. But if you're not quite ready to make that move just yet, we actually did an entire A to Z guide where you can get all the information about making that move here. I'm gonna put that playlist right here. Watch it, and I'll see you soon. Peace.